My wife said coldly, "You're an adult, feed yourself." I'm not running a cafe when I came home. When Sophia told me to cook for myself that night, a line was crossed. She had no idea the meal I was about to prepare wasn't for dinner, but for the end of everything we'd built. The house was eerily silent as I finally walked through the front door, my shirt plastered to my skin, heavy with sweat and grime. Every muscle screamed in protest. All I craved was a hot shower and a proper meal, something comforting, not another protein bar. My name is Daniel, I'm 32. I work as a field technician, which means most days I'm out there in the trenches, fixing massive industrial equipment in places like sweltering factories or deafening construction sites. My shifts? They can stretch anywhere from 12 to 14 grueling hours, depending on how badly things break down. I'm married to Sophia, she's 29, and she has two amazing kids from her previous marriage, Ethan, who's 11, and Lily, 8. When Sophia and I first started dating 5 years ago, everything just clicked. We'd spend weekends in the kitchen, her experimenting with new recipes, me out back grilling steaks. Ethan and Lily would make setting the table into some grand adventure. We'd all eat together, talk about our day, laugh at Ethan's goofy jokes, and Lily would proudly show off her latest drawings. It felt like the family I'd always dreamed of having. Then, 3 years ago, after we got married, Sophia decided to leave her office job and go freelance as a graphic designer. She wanted to be home more for Ethan and Lily, and I genuinely supported that. I saw how much it meant to her to be there, picking them up from school, helping with homework. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, things started to shift. My income was steady, hers fluctuated, so I began covering more of the household expenses. Mortgage, car, groceries, utilities, school, sports, everything landed on my paycheck. I told myself it was temporary, that her freelance work would pick up, and we'd rebalance. Months turned into years, nothing changed. I didn't complain. You carry the weight for loved ones, right? But then I started noticing other things. Dinner wasn't ready when I came home anymore. Even if I'd texted my schedule. The house wasn't messy, not exactly, but it just felt unloved, somehow. Like my presence didn't really matter. Sophia spent a lot of time on her laptop, which I assumed was work, but sometimes I'd catch her endlessly scrolling social media or chatting with friends while Ethan and Lily were glued to the TV. It wasn't that she wasn't busy with the kids and her projects, but it felt like I'd just become invisible. Unless, of course, there was a bill to pay, or something needed fixing. Then came that Thursday in late July. I remember it so vividly because it was one of those days that just grinds you down, piece by agonizing piece. I was called out at 6 a.m. to a factory 2 hours away. Their main conveyor system had completely died. The place was an absolute oven, 95 degrees outside with no AC, just these massive industrial fans turning hot air around. I spent the entire day crawling under machinery, wrestling with electrical panels, replacing burned-out motors. By the time I finally finished, it was almost 8 p.m. My shirt was soaked through, my hands covered in grease and tiny cuts. All I'd had to eat was a protein bar I found in my truck. The drive home felt endless. All I could picture was a hot shower and a proper meal. That's when Sophia, barely looking up from her laptop, casually said, "Oh, you'll have to cook for yourself tonight, Daniel." The words landed, cold and heavy, snapping me back to the quiet, hard reality of that house. After everything, that was it. What would you have done? Bottom left of screen, click full story.